Hi guys, Monday on the trainer today for my TT threshold session that I'd originally scheduled for yesterday, but because I was so tired I pushed it forward to today. So yeah, I'll be cracking on with that in a minute. Just finishing my warm up now, just standard warm up. Hard session, it's 40 minutes of threshold in the TT position with 6 30-second spikes. It's going to be end bias spikes, so I'm going to start with a 30-second effort, then do 20 minutes of threshold, another 30 seconds, and then it's 5-minute threshold, 30 second, 5-minute threshold, 30 second, then twice more after that. Really warm today and haven't got the core body temperature sensor. Got in contact with the core team and it's probably a firmware bug that's stuck in a certain mode where it's just not communicating at all. So wasn't able to get it working this morning, so going to see if I can fix that this week and then get back in touch if the troubleshooting is not working. So might be eyeballing it with some of my heat session this week. See how that goes. Crack on with this session and then racing Tuesday, Wednesday, but just a single race on Tuesday. And Saturday going to be doing my first 25-mile TT, so that'll be interesting and a bit of fun really. Survived the session. Hard work, but I think I did relatively well, to be fair. I have to have a look at the numbers obviously, but yeah, felt decent. Especially off the back of the rest day where I did my warm up and I'm like, legs don't feel so great. Day after a rest day, your legs maybe don't feel as good as they can do. So yeah, I was happy with that. Good 30-second spikes, typically about 500 watts on the SM or so. Probably more like 530 from the kicker. Decent threshold efforts. Heart rate a bit higher than it's been, which is good. It's more the muscular fatigue rather than the cardiovascular strain for these really long sessions, because it's just a single 43-minute effort with effectively no rest. So getting back on top of the pedals after doing a 500 watt VO2 max surge, like, yes, it's not easy. So yeah, happy with how I did. Do another hour and a half spin and head to the gym this evening. Didn't jolt the bike forward as much as normal. Just topping up to over 3 hours, a bit over 3 hours now. Tuesday evening and back in Tameside for another night of racing. So yeah, just doing the Cat 234 today. Done an hour and a half easy on the trainer this morning, and not gonna lie, legs feeling really heavy. So yeah, just get out there, spam the massage gun a little bit, but just get out there and see how we get on this afternoon. Looks like it's going to be an okay day for it. It's not weather's not meant to be nice, but it always manages to seem to hold out here. I don't know how it does it, but yeah, it's looking all right at the moment. So we'll see what it's like when we get on the circuit a bit later. Must be some sort of microclimate out here because the weather always seems to hold out. It's always a lovely evening. Hopefully it continues to be like this. Yeah, it's just a really nice evening for racing. Pretty still out here. It's never too windy. But yeah, not a drop of rain really, and a nice warm, like 15 to 18 degrees or whatever. So yeah, just a 234 race today, and decent field showed up on the day, so it was a decently hard and fast race. So that was good, and yeah, just maintaining contact with the bunch. Typically close to the back, but rotating forward when I could, and then probably get shuffled back a little bit, but yeah, just holding the wheel, trying to hold wheels as best as possible, and not getting dropped at all, which is the main thing. So yeah, just in contention the whole time. Did launch one attack at maybe like 15 laps to go or something, but yeah, basically just after that sat on the front for a few laps, just taking it nice and steady and not having to make it surgy. So that was nice to calm it down a little bit, and then it picked up again after that. I'm now just following wheels and maintaining my position at the front and not going early. Tempting with how I've meant 3-4 laps to go where the bunch would sit up and it's like, oh, we could attack here, but I know that it's so hard to get any room off the front. It'd be really hard to just keep driving it on the front, and I've tried that too many times. So trying to just go later. So waited until 1 lap to go and start finish, everyone was sat up, so it's like, all right, 1 minute effort, let's go. So I hit the front and yeah, tried to keep it the pace high enough to just maintain that position on the front. Without a doubt, like a lot of the most of the guys there are much better at cornering than me, and they take lines that I wouldn't take. And like during the race, I did clip my pedal on the same corner that I clipped it on the second week of racing here. And proper jolted the bike up, managed to keep it upright. But clipping a pedal out of corner is like, fucking hell, man. Like I feel like I'm already on the limit of like what I can do through the corners. Yet these guys are like taking it. It feels like they're taking some of the corners and lines so much faster than me, which is pretty crazy. I know I'm getting faster and faster and better each week. But yeah, just shows that these guys are like a slight league above, really. So yeah, that final lap, I kept as high as possible, kept taking as much speed through the corners as possible, and yeah, on that final lap, like the final big swinging corner, multiple guys came round on the inside, then yeah, mainly just up the inside. So I guess I should have run wide into that corner to force them to at least come up my inside and not conserve as much speed, I guess. But yeah, I'm going with 1 lap to go is like probably ideal for me, or find the right wheel to sit on to follow them to a better position in the front. But that's going to be touch and go as to getting on that wheel. So leading it out with 1 lap to go, I'm pretty happy to just do a 1 minute effort, and it was a 1 minute PB. It was like 675 watts or something. So with coasting through corners, that's not too bad. And yeah, managed to beat from keeping it fast on the front. Like guys did come round, but I was able to hold a good position. I think I came home for 6th or 7th on the day. Last week I came 6th, but the field wasn't super big, and that was undeniable. So this week it was definitely harder. So to get 6th or 7th on the day was better going. So yeah, happy with that. I'm happy with how I raced it because didn't get drops at all. Like I'd lost wheels, and so I'd have to work hard to get back on the wheel. You have to work hard out the hairpin. That's just a given. But yeah, no, just conserved as much energy as possible. I mean, my power output was relatively low compared to usual. So that's good. Heart rate was nice under control. I wasn't looking at that the whole race basically, but the preem's at halfway at 20 laps. Maybe that lap 18 to 10 laps to go, there might be an opportunity there to send a good attack off the front that could potentially stay away and not get chased back. So I guess going forward, basically race exactly how I've done it, but getting on wheels better. See if there's opportunities to go for an attack within the 3rd quarter of the race, because I feel like that's the only chance you've got a potential breakaway. And then after that, just sit in, don't do work, and try and find yourself in a good position on the last lap. And I'm happy to just drill it on the front for the last lap. Just need to keep the speed high enough and take the right lines to hold anyone off, or try and find a wheel to sit on and have someone bring me to the front basically for the sprint finish. But yeah, decently happy with how I raced it, and yeah, back in Nottingham tomorrow, where hopefully the weather is like Tameside, where it's absolutely gorgeous, but we're expecting a lot of rain tomorrow, so it's probably not going to be the case. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Look at that, scraping away a bit more at the Asioma after another pedal strike, but thankfully it's just that rather than actually coming down in a crash. So yeah, God, that's ridiculous, that.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday. Just on the turbo doing 2 hours today. 2 hours zone 2, zone 1. Changing the plan a little bit, so because of the bad weather we've got a storm front coming in today. They decided to cancel the race in Nottingham last night. So because of that, I decided to have a think about the plan a little bit. It's the first time I've stitched together 3 20-hour 1,000+ TSS weeks back to back. So it's not surprising that I'm feeling quite fatigued. Had really heavy legs yesterday. Raced alright, but undoubtedly have some fatigue in the system. Originally planned to have a rest week next week, but I'm thinking now I don't have to do intensity this evening. I could turn this into the rest week. So yes, started off this week quite hard with a session and a race Monday, Tuesday, and I'm not racing again until Saturday when I've got a 25 miler. So if I cut the volume, then this is going to be a relatively easy week, where the volume's down to sort of 80% of what it's been, and the intensity is also a bit lower because I'm not racing as much. I'm still wanting to race a lot, so I can't be like, take a week off where I do one easy session and no races. Like, it's not going to happen. So yeah, turning this week into a rest week, and then next week be back to a sort of 20-hour week, 1000 TSS, and yeah, see if we can keep pushing it to get some really good fitness at the end of the summer. Doing 2 hours zone 2 today. Not feeling. I mean, I was feeling all right actually. It's quite cold with the storm front that's come in. I'm like sweating, but I'm cold at the same time. And I also decided to start a beta-alanine protocol. So it's quite an aggressive ramping of taking 8 grams a day for what I'm planning on 2 weeks, and then maintain 4 grams a day after that. When you take the beta-alanine, your skin tingles. It's called paresthesia. And I thought I was fine with the feeling. I've had beta-alanine before in the past, but having it and then getting on the bike feels horrible, man. Skin tingle is wearing off now, I guess. The skin tingling, I'm sweaty, but then I'm also cold. It's like such a weird sensation. So yeah, just top up to 2 hours, get this ride done, then hop off and relax really. And so yeah, probably cut the volume to 15 or 16 hours for this week. And like I said, a little bit of reduced intensity, just because I'm not going to be racing as much. So yeah.
Doing some bike maintenance stuff this evening. So put my new Corsa Speed on my front wheel. Also put GP5000s on my training wheels, and right now TPU inner tubes in there, and just getting this bike ready for hopefully racing on next week. So old latex tube for transponder. Also took off the 105 4-eyes crank, just to give a bit more clearance from this is just my Tiagra crank, so it's 170 still, and it just gives clearance from the battery. Then with the 4-eyes crank I might experiment with having a 165 on the right and then 170 on the left to try and bring my left-right balance into alignment. I got this Thursday, get out for a little bit on the bike just to test the tyres and such. Yeah, it looked really nice, and now it's starting to drizzle and it's actually getting cold, but we'll see. Get out and see how it is and see if I stay out or not, but yeah. Not my brightest idea, considering I'm trying to keep the TCR in a state where I'm not going to be corroding that external battery holder again. Yeah, a little bit of rain and dirt on the road should be fine. Yeah, see how well it all cleans off, and so I can keep on top of that from now on. But yeah, just heading home. It's like it was very windy and actually quite cold out there, to be fair. So yeah, can't be bothered. Fucking rest week shenanigans, you know, just do stupid shit like that. But yeah, the bikes all seemed alright with the new tyres and stuff. So yeah, should be good to race on that next week, I reckon. And obviously, like when I'm racing, like I can't control the conditions, and like the bike's going to be fine in some moderate conditions. But yeah, I just want to try and avoid putting it through too much stress, you know, because like big issue did arise a few months ago from just doing that, like taking it out in too bad conditions with this external battery. So yeah. You're all right, aren't you? I'll dry you off now. Back on the trainer, doing another hour. Then I'll head to the gym this afternoon and actually do an hour of heat training at the gym. Core sensor's still not working. I'm trying to factory reset it each day, but yeah, still not playing ball. So give it till the end of the week, when it should be at minimum battery and it should factory reset. But if it doesn't, then obviously going to have to send the sensor back as it's not working. But yeah, still want to keep up the heat training, so just gonna have to eyeball it this afternoon and yeah, have an idea of what I want to do. Just ramp up the power to start off with, get me to like 150 BPM, and then gradually trickle that off. Pretty much just ride zone 2 for an hour. I reckon that should put me in my heat training zone. Go to feel, so heart rate should continue to drop
over the next 50 minutes. So probably getting down to 125, 130 really, because before maintaining 140 BPM, core body temperature kept rising to 39 degrees, and I want to be keeping it in that heat training zone, the 38.5, so the heart rate's going to come down so that my core body temperature can try and stabilize. Try that. So try and maintain heat for 50 minutes, then just do a 10-minute cool down. See how that goes. It's not ideal, but you know, got to keep moving forward.
Just having to think about what I'm going to need to do on Saturday for my 25-mile TT. So aim for 350 to 360 watts, I reckon, and I'm wanting to be in that 48 to 50k an hour range. So yeah, definitely doable to do a decent sub 50 on the day. If I mean, there's still room to work on with my body position, but this is just aiming for the same sort of CDA I've done for the last 2 races. Like I said, there's room to work on that. But if I'm able to produce 355 watts on the day for just under 50 minutes, I mean, we'll just have to see how we go. Should be approaching heat training zone now. Took me 30 minutes to get there last week, but done more aggressive ramps. Should be there, or if I'm not, body temp will creep up there in the next few minutes. So just need to feel now that the heart rate and power come down as it's needed. So yeah. Obviously no way to tell for certain since my core sensor's broken, but I think that was a pretty good job of eyeballing the heat session. Ramped it up in the first 10-15 minutes and then just instinctively came off the power and let the heart rate come down gradually. So probably stayed in my heat zone, so 45-50 minutes in heat. It's pretty good going, I reckon. So obviously no way to tell for certain, but yeah, best I can do today. Nice steady drop off, right down from 145 BPM. Hi guys, Friday. Just doing now 2 hours zone 2 on the turbo today. I've got a bunch of stuff to get ready because heading to Nottingham this afternoon, and then I've got a race, 25-mile TT in Nottingham on Saturday, just making sure I got everything ready. I could have got outdoors, but good chance I would have been a bit more delayed and been out for longer. So yeah, stick it to 2 hours, make sure the bike's all ready, and then yeah, head off to Nottingham. First 25 miler, got an idea of what I want to be able to execute on the day, but yeah, just gonna have to see how it goes. Two hours on my whoosh and then just 10 minutes spin on the rollers because I haven't actually ridden this front course of speed outside because I only put it on the other day. Bike's all ready, seems all good, so yeah, crack on with getting ready and then head off to Nottingham now. Car's ready, so just setting off to the course now, just 20-mile drive, 40 minutes, so yeah. Got my number everything and sussing out what the course is like, so drove in on the course, so yeah, it's just up and down this A road basically, but a little bit complicated at the start, but yeah, it's basically the main turnaround is after pretty much 10 miles, so it's pretty straightforward and should be pretty hard to miss. But yeah, just seeming like a nice day for it because there's this the FA Cup final, which is Manchester v Manchester. Hopefully everyone's just going to be at home watching that because kick-off for that's 3 o'clock and first rider sets off at 3, so yeah, we'll just have to see. Hopefully not too busy out on course, but it is an A road at the end of the day, so got an hour and a half, just get everything ready, decide what I'm going to wear, decide if I'm going overshoes or no overshoes. Big choices. About 15 degrees, moderate, lowish wind. It's like a cross tailwind on the way out, but because it's a 25 miler and you've got that going to have that cross headwind on the way back, you definitely want to save something for the way back. So don't burn all your matches on the way out for sure. So make sure I'm sticking to not getting too, even if I feel good, like not going too far over 350. But yeah, just have to see. speed at the end of the day. Like I say, aiming, trying to get that first sub 50. That'll be really good for a first outing. Just going to be looking to see 48 to 50k an hour, and if I'm in that range, then perfect. Is undulating the road, so it's not just going to be concrete holding steady pace and steady power. It's going to be you're gonna go faster at sections where you need to ease off and save yourself for when you've got some uphill drags to deal with. Looking forward to it. We'll see how we get on. So warm up now. Snip for a wee and then head to start now. Well, probably as a surprise to no one, that was pretty bloody hard work, if I do say so. Yeah, decent day for it. I thought it was going to be, it was like cross tailwind on the way out, cross headwind on the way back. But it's because it's on this A road that's smooth as butter. It's a very fast course, but it's very up and down. Like the downhill sections, I'm at 60k an hour, and then the uphill sections, I'm struggling to hit 40. So like on the way out, I'm like, oh, I'm going really fast, but it's mainly just the downhill rather than the cross headwind, tailwind. So I was still able to go fast on the way back. Like the downhill sections, I hit my fastest speed on the way back, like 65k an hour or whatever, and you're maintaining 60 for a while. So yeah, you need to pace it. Like when you're on those downhills, you just need to ease off the gas, which I was doing. Because I really didn't want to blow up, obviously. I think I was doing decent at that, but definitely room to learn with that. But so I got to the turnaround, got to 10 miles at like 18 minutes or whatever, because it was cross tailwind on the way out. And there's this nice uphill. Getting back onto the carriageway is actually quite nice because you've done 20 minutes in the saddle and you can get out the saddle just to get the power down. So get that rest for your butt, because like after 30 minutes, because then you're on the carriageway for 25k or whatever, just chugging along, which is good for speed. But if you're not used to being in a saddle that long, which I know I'm struggling with, so like 30 minutes in, my ass was so sore, and my hands were getting numb. I was shaking out my right hand quite a lot, like keeping in the aero bars obviously, but just like stretching out the hand because it was going a bit numb. And yeah, saddle sores was getting really painful, and I was just waiting till that final turnaround so that I could just get a break to coast through the corner, and just like rest my ass up a little bit. And then after that, it's like 3k to the finish or something, and I'd been below 170 BPM the whole time, just being quite conservative really, and wasn't able to push. Probably could have pushed more, but I was like really hurting my ass really. But then that last dig, that last 3k, I was just like well above 400, like 430 sort of average, just to empty the tank really and get home as soon as possible. So yeah, I was like 48 and a half minutes, which 48 and a half. So yeah, really good outing it's a fast course, but like good outing as my first 10 miler, so 25 miler. So yeah, do a bit more of a spin on the rollers and get some more carbs down me. I downed like 100 grams of carbs before during the warm up, because obviously I had a gel in my back pocket, but I'm not gonna reach for it to, it's just there for mental. So then as soon as I finished, I just downed this 40-gram gel, got 100 grams in before the start. I'll drink the other 100 grams now just to get that glycogen recovery process going. But yeah, decent outing, and yeah, see how I did on the day. Spin data, I was predicted to come second on spin data, and I was predicting just under 50 minutes for me in first place. So typically all the races I've done, everyone like exceeds their spin data prediction really. So I was a minute and a half quicker than my spin data prediction probably, but it just depends how the other two really strong riders did on the day. So yeah, well done. back now, and then chill out rest of the day and chill out tomorrow and the rest week. Well, yeah, managed to get the win, so 48-28 I think it was on the day. And a couple of guys, 2 other guys went sub 50, but it was a low 49 for second place and mid high 49 for third place. So yeah, decent win, and for a day where I definitely had more in the tank. Like yeah, with the saddle sores kicking in at 30 minutes in, like I was just like, oh, I was, yeah, that was where I could have digged in really, but just wasn't able to do it really because yeah, I was hurting too much. Did do like a fucking VO2 max effort for the final 3K because I was like, okay, I get to that roundabout, and then once I got to there, I'm like, let's go, and just properly dug in. So I definitely had more in the tank, I'd say. But yeah, still a good outing, and nice to continue the winning streak of last 3 TTs I've done. I've got the win, so yeah, that's good. Probably improve my spin data ranking as well. Yeah, can't complain really. Can't do much better than that, can I? Let's go in and have a shower. Something proper to eat. A scran breakfast, you know, like pan au chocolat, vegan sausages, like. Just need to get some food down me now. Decent week for a rest week, that. Definitely reduced the training volume to, based on TSS, about 70 to 75% of what I've done for the past few weeks. So yeah, definitely a reduction there, but still keeping the volume, keeping it ticking over nicely. So yeah, back to aiming for 20-hour weeks for the next few weeks going forward as I try and continue to get fitter really. So